Welcome to Hoax Center. I'm Razimus. Thank you for watching. In this episode, I will show you a recreation that I made with animation, and I'm not very good, but I did my best to recreate a UFO sighting I had in 1994. I feel it's too important to sit down and talk about it, so I made a recreation the best that I could of it. Now, I did see something similar to this on the TV show Sightings a few years after this. And so if you have that clip of anything similar to this, or if you saw something similar to this, or if you have any idea what this was, please comment or send me a message. Thank you. And this is what I saw in late 1994. So I was in the back seat of the car. My mom is driving me home. I'm about 15 minutes from home. I'm passing Lake Cachuma at this point, going towards Santa Ynez, where I lived. I lived on the edge of Santa Ynez, so it's not too far from Lake Cachuma. So I'm really bored, so I'm looking out the window. My mom turns on the radio, and Zombie from the Cranberries is playing, and it's a brand new song at this point. That's why I know it was October or November 1994, because that's when that song was brand newly on the radio. So Zombie's playing, I'm looking out the window, I'm really bored. Bam! A light appears out of nowhere, and I thought, this is probably just the North Star first appearing, because the sun's beginning to set, and maybe it's just the first star to be visible. It pretty much looked like this. I did not own a camera when I was 13 or 14 back in 1994, which is why I have recreated this for you the best I could. And I thought, it's too big to be a star. So when I got home, I borrowed my dad's binoculars, and I walked up to the fence about a couple hundred feet from the house, and I didn't own a camera. My parents may have owned a 35mm camera, but I don't think any good shots would have come of it. To get any good view of it, I needed these binoculars, which were maybe 30x, maybe 50x. This is basically what I saw. It was very blurry, very bright, and bam, out of nowhere, it quadrupled in size and turned from white to orange. So it was a bright orange light at this point, very big. We're talking probably close to the size of the moon at this point. Very big. And I'm surprised no one else was watching it, but I was too busy watching it myself. Now, this is a very isolated area, and bam, out of nowhere, this object starts dropping tiny white lights out of it, and they're intelligently controlled. They fly out in a very sophisticated, strategic pattern. They're like sweeping the area, and as if that wasn't enough, a second one appeared, just like the first. First as a white light, then quadrupling in size, turning orange, and it began to do the same as the first. Drop baby UFOs, just like the first. And I wasn't able to count them, they fell so fast, but I did get a rough estimate of at least 27. Of combined, both of them dropped about 27. So whatever these objects were, they were massive, because one of these tiny drones flew over me, and I estimate it was the size of a small airplane. And then they turned brown and dark brown, and they got really small, and then they disappeared and vanished. Now, when I say one of them flew over me, one of them did fly over me, but it changed before it got to me, from a solid white light to what appeared to mimic airplane lights. It appeared to mimic the standard small private airplane lights of red and white blinking tail light and red wing lights. Was it a small airplane? If it was a small airplane, then 27 small airplanes came out of these two objects, which is pretty much impossible, since the biggest helicopter can hold maybe 2 tanks. It cannot hold 27 airplanes. So my best guess as to what this was paranormal, totally unknown, or possibly a military drone dropping operation, because it's a pretty isolated area. I've never heard of any operation like this in my life. If you have any idea what this was, please let me know, share your comments, contact me. I thank you for watching. I will share the 2 other major UFO sightings I had, and I'm not a UFO magnet. I haven't seen UFOs in over 20 years, but I just wanted to share these few that I have seen back when I was a teenager. I thank you for watching. This has been Razimus with Hoax Hunter. Be seeing you.